What is up? We took an unfortunate loss, or I don't even really need to say unfortunate because it was just a bad trade, and we'll go over the mistakes I made on that. Probably just keep this video concise. Just frustrating, right? It's just frustrating to take a loss because the account's just back to 180 positive, which again is just pretty much break even. I've pretty much just been losing, winning, and it'd just be nice to start building some momentum. But when I come in and trade bad, what can I expect, right? So going into the day, this volume imbalance here, I was expecting to become maybe a price withdrawal into. We took this low out around 8. We're just in a massive imbalance over to the left. So I was kind of framing my bias on the 15-minute today, and I was just looking at the London and Asia highs, right? I was expecting us to try and pull back into this, right? Open of the day. I was expecting maybe this high, these equal highs here, and then around London high here. All valid draws on liquidity. When we were down here, I was expecting this to become a market maker model, a buy model at some point, and I was waiting for some type of price action to tell me. I was looking for something like this. So we obviously haven't gotten that yet, and now I think it's a little bit late for today. Maybe tomorrow we get something like that. But going into the day, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at for some reason or some sign of reversal. So this is right around open. I was wondering if we were going to hold this order block. We didn't. We dumped off, which was fine because then it gave more of a clear picture for the market maker sell model here. It gave you more of this, and then I was expecting, the same thing. I was looking for the same thing with price. I just was maybe going to get a better entry instead of pumping from here. It makes it hard to get an entry because we're only 100 points away here. So if it starts pumping, right, it could pump up to here and then it gives you an entry somewhere here. Whereas we saw it down here and now we have a target at this high. So I was then marking out this high because this was a 1 hour imbalance in here now that we just created. So if this thing loads, we have a 1 hour fair value gap here now, as you can see. So that's now kind of like was a kind of internal target. But yeah, so then I'll get into kind of what I was looking at here for the entry. Why is it so laggy, bro? Just frustrating to lose, man, because, and we did well. I was really thinking about sitting there and trying to trade again, but I decided to, be disciplined and follow my rules, which I'm happy about because I could have sat there and tried to take more trades later and just not follow my rules. But since I'm doing one trade a day, I have my loss limit, right? Once I lose, I'm done. I come back tomorrow, right? We can come back tomorrow. We can have a good day. And then, we have a good day tomorrow, right? It doesn't matter. We don't need to make it back today. And I think that'll help me in the long run, even if my trading isn't performing right now the way I would like it to. I think that by following these rules, I'm getting better mentally because I'm not just, chasing losses like I always used to do. So after open, we come down, we displace. At this point, I wasn't looking to take a trade off of this inverse, but I was looking to create a bias off this. I wanted to see this get ran through and start to put in a low around here. So I was just waiting, and price, gosh, the replay mode is so annoying. Price didn't end up running it. We stall in it for a while, and then we break lower. So once it decides to load, I'm going to just get out of replay, dude. I can't stand this. Moving so slow. If we ever load, bro, this is so annoying. But yes, I mean, with the loss, being able to learn how to handle that loss is fine, right? Because I have to, right? Stepping away is the right decision, even though I feel like I took a bad trade. I feel like I kind of rushed it. I feel like I was just focused on the money. But it's all good. We step back and we come back tomorrow, and if we win tomorrow, and then we take another win, right? It's just about stacking wins, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the day-to-day. Today's result has no effect in the grand scheme, right? Losing today, winning today has no effect, right? If we don't come in and practice good habits, we're not going to get better. So it is annoying day by day, right? I'm excited every morning to come in and try and trade and do well, and to kind of blow the day, kind of just, waste an opportunity and kind of just unnecessary losses. Just frustrating. But it's part of the game, and it'll make me better in the long run. So, as you can see, we wick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times in this fair value gap. 13 times. We'd break lower. I'm thinking, okay, cool. We broke lower. No big deal. This is now another inverse I'll be looking to take, and now I'll target this high. And there was a 5-minute gap here that I would target and leave a runner to this high. So I was like, cool. Nothing changes. I still like where we're at. We're just putting a new low. We wick this fair value gap 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but over the course of about 15 minutes, right? And I'm like, what the heck? Like, that was just kind of weird. Like, I'd never see this type of price action where you sell off, no retracement, sell off, no retracement, sell off, no retracement, sell off, and you're just wicking fair value gaps. Like, you're just wicking. It's just weird, right? I haven't seen it like this. I mean, maybe a few times. So then we sell off again, and I'm like, okay, now this fair value gap, same thing, same plan. If it breaks, we will go long, right? Because I was looking for it here. We wick 13 times. We do the same thing here. I was looking for it here, and I still like it because I wanted to see some type of reversal. Maybe not get a whole big move, but I was expecting that a reversal here could have easily gotten us to this high here, which is 25 points. I could have scaled some and then left some for this high. Or on this fair value gap, I could have done the same here, targeted that high, and then the fair value gap or equilibrium. So there's a lot of options and opportunities for me on the longs that I really wanted to play. So I ended up entering off of this candle here with my stop around here, risking 400. I ended up losing about 360, so not the full 400 just because of the way the micros added up. But as you can see, this target was at least a 1-to-1. I would have scaled 5 of the 8 micros. I would have scaled 2 more here, and then I would have just held 1 for wherever, the C. So this was our trade. We entered off that close, and we immediately get ran through. So we immediately lost, which is even more annoying. And why it's annoying is because when I see this fair value gap, it wicks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 minutes of candles inside this range. And when it breaks, I should have known it wasn't going to be a good trade. I should have been able to let the opportunity pass. I do think this is a bad trade. If we got this exact structure and we did a really clean, we came down, we made a fair value gap here, we come down like this maybe resweep the low, and then we inverse like this. If we had a fair value gap and we inverse here with one candle, right? If it was like one singular candle that inversed here, I would be perfectly fine losing there. I would be perfectly fine if this candle inversed or this candle inversed and we lost this trade. I would be 100% cool with it. I would be still happy that I took the trade. But the fact that we were in this area for so long led me to believe that it wasn't going to work. Even before I took it, I wasn't quite sure, but I was so focused on being able to take a trade because I was thinking about, oh my gosh, 28 points on 5 micros, and then I can be at break even, and then I can take 2 off here, 66, that's 120, that's $400 and something dollars. That's like a $500 trade plus the runner could make me another 150, 200. So I was just thinking about that rather than, is this a textbook model? There's nothing textbook about this. There's absolutely nothing textbook about that trade. Nothing in here tells me that this is good. And the whole idea behind inverse fair value gaps is that momentum comes into the market and we're reversing sellers, right? So, or buyers or sellers, whichever way you're going. So the whole premise of inverses doesn't even make sense here because the whole idea is that you purge liquidity and then it gets an instant reaction, or not instant, but pretty much instant, and you close and it's aggressive and you're going to move, right? When you're chopping here, it already shows that this level holds no value because we already know that that fair value gaps have no meaning by themselves, right? Without context, fair value gaps don't matter. So with context, fair value gaps can be a good tool, but without them, they're not a holy grail. They're not a be-all, end-all. They don't determine what price does, right? They don't determine if you win or lose. They don't determine if you if it's going to be a winning trade, losing trade, if they're going to work, hold, not hold. they don't have to hold, right? This fair value gap here, just because it's a 1 minute bearish fair value gap, right away, again, if we close within the next 1-2 minutes, it's valid, right? When you have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes inside the same area, it shows that there's no reaction here, right? When we're wicking it, right, it's just an area that we don't know what we want to do. So it shows, right, bearish fair value gaps are supposed to hold, and it's supposed to just be like, you trade down, there's a fair value gap up here, you trade into it and you trade out, and you trade into it and you trade out. So then the idea is that when you break one here, the idea is that we've been respecting quickly, and now we respect or disrespect quickly, right? So again, that's another reason this trade isn't good. There's nothing textbook about this trade. There is no reason that this fair value gap's even valid. So it's not even a valid inverse in my opinion, because what is closing here? What's the difference in closing here and closing here when this area has no relevancy, right? This fair value gap, once it gets traded into this many times, it no longer should matter to me, and that's something I need to learn from and not make the mistake ever again, because this was just a very poor trade, right? This trade could have worked. I could have got in here, and this could have been the alternate universe where we go like this, and we run here, and we run here, and we go up, and we go up and up and up, right? In an alternate universe, this could have been the trade. This could have been how price played out, and we could have had a great day, right? We could have, ended up winning and having a great trade, but that still doesn't change the fact that would have just been random, right? And obviously there's an element of randomness to any inverse. It's not always going to work, but why give myself a chance to take one that's way lower probability, which in my opinion, this one is way lower probability because of how long we were wicking around in the fair value gap. So that's really like what I'm trying to get better at is stop trying to take trades just because it could make me money, just because it is an inverse, right? There needs to be context. There has to be context to this trade, and there just wasn't. I was just too focused on the wrong things, which again is annoying. It's annoying to make these mistakes, right? I'm right now, I feel like I'm just kind of like a break-even trader, which is progress, right? That's where you have to get to, because that means my rules are getting better. But to get to the next level where I'm winning more than I lose, and really making a big improvement, is going to take a while, and I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to have to stop just taking trades that I know aren't as high probability, right? This trade was way less high probability, and I need to be okay with watching a trade idea work without me in it, right? As soon as I see this wick and close here, and especially this one, I should have known, okay, I'm no longer looking, maybe this one breaks, right? We purge these highs and we close above, that would look strong. But the fact that we wicked here and we didn't even close above a high, so like another thing too about this trade is that this close didn't even break structure to the upside. So it's like, it's not even a good close. So there's just so many things wrong with this trade that I could learn from, which is great. That's the whole point of reviewing the trades, and that's the whole point of trading, is just reviewing your mistakes and getting better, right? Again, if this trade would have played out, I would be really proud of myself for not taking the trade and letting it play out because of all the things I've said, because that shows that I'm not just forcing opportunity, right? If this trade plays out without me, I should be cool letting an opportunity that's less probable, that has less chance of working long run and over time, than just taking this and getting lucky, right? Because what happened? I took it on a loss. So I'd much rather have just avoided this setup altogether than to take it and get a win and then build false confidence that this works, because there's nothing about this inverse that matters. This swing high also tells us that we were just sweeping liquidity, and we're really just rejecting off the consequent encroachment of this wick, right? So again, there's a lot of things wrong with the trade. That was the idea behind it, and that's why I kind of learned to take away from it, and I just need to really remember that, and just not get caught up in these setups that are just there to take my money, right? There's certain setups that are just kind of, they're not good, right? Like I knew I had a feeling, right? And you can't just go off feeling and trading, feeling, but that's why discretion-based trading is the only way that works, is because you have to have discretion to enter here, right? You have to have discretion to know that, you know what, I don't feel this entry here. I'm not really a fan of getting in on this one. I'll just let it go. And then the discretion, wow, I just needed what the heck, just stutter. But the discretion on this trade would have been what saved me, because I knew I could feel whatever, not going to say that. You're feeling like, I feel like I'm gonna put it on black or red on the casino, right? But the feeling I had going into this was, this is not even gonna be good. I don't even really want to lose on this trade. This is probably not gonna work. But it's an inverse, so let me take it. So I just baited myself into taking the trade. I could pull up the execution, but it literally just runs my stop right away. So there's no point in even showing the execution. It's a loss too. Like, why would I be lying about taking a loss, right? So yeah, and it's like 30 seconds of me taking the trade and getting stopped out on the next candle. So it is not fun, but I just should have known better, man. And that's the most frustrating part with trading, is that because it's just so slow progress, right? You have to have a winning day, and a winning day, and a winning day, and then you lose, and then you win, and then you lose, and then you win, and then you win, and then you lose, and then you lose, and then you lose, and then you win, and it's just like, it's just a constant, it's like an uptrend, right? When you're trading, your P&L can go like this, it can just go, it can completely fall something like this. You have a great start, you lose, then you lose again, maybe even take a break-even day, then you take a win, you're feeling good, then you take a loss, then you take a win, then you take a loss, then you take a win, then you take a loss, then you take a loss, then you win, then you win, then you win, then you lose, win, lose, win, right? And look, you went through all of this BS here. Win, big win, loss, break even, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. And then boom, this is you getting a payout, this is you getting a passing account, whatever it is, right? And this is the curve, and it just keeps going, and now the same thing happens again, right? The same thing can happen again, just from this starting point, right? But notice how the direction always goes up, right? You're just always improving. And then, you could even have something, like after every 2 of these cycles, you go on a little loss streak, right? Every 2 cycles. So how does this work, right? So then what happens? You go through this again, right? Every 2 wins. Boom. Boom. And then now, you have the bad spell, right? You have the bad spell. But then you win again. Dang, bro. You win again. And again. And then you have the bad spell, right? And it's not always going to be like that, but notice how you're always making money. You're profitable. That's what profitability is, right? But it's annoying when you're in, when you zoom in and you're in this phase, right? When you're just kind of doing nothing, or when you're in this phase, it's even worse, right? But everyone wants to be here. Everyone wants to be in this phase, and this is 70% of the time, or no, this is like 25% of the time you'll be in that phase where you're just winning. Then you go break even phase, then you win again, and then you lose. And then you go break even, then you win, right? And again, it's not always going to be like that, but if you're profitable, that's how it could look, right? And I kind of just like to remind myself that that's not going to be straight up. It's not going to be straight down either. And sometimes it's going to be a little bit of chop, a little bit of break even, and that's where I'm at. But I can always keep getting better, right? I can keep following my rules better. I can keep coming back with better plan, better strategy, better discretion, and just keep showing up, right? Just keep showing up, and it'll be fine, right? So that's all I really have. Going into the rest of the week now, like, what are we doing here, right? Like, I don't know where we're going. I mean, I guess this is the draw on liquidity on the bigger time frame. We're in just a bigger sell model than I anticipated. Maybe these lows look really enticing. But yeah, outside of that, man, I couldn't tell you, dude. This market is just dropping. I mean, obviously it looks bearish, but what's that gonna, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the 4 hour, and I'm trading intraday. So I don't know what's happening. This may be election year cheese. Maybe it's whatever. I don't know what this is. Maybe we're just selling off. Maybe the market's ready to go. So um, does look a little scary if you're an investor. So I don't know, man. But that's all I really have today. Just another loss. But again, I think I'm handling the loss a lot better. I'm not as frustrated. I'm taking each day one by one as they come, learning each day. And I think I need to just be okay with. I feel like I should be profitable right now. But I think I need to just be okay with where I'm at, right? I don't need to worry about being profitable, unprofitable. I just need to do my job, right? So if I am profitable doing my job, great. If I'm not, great. I have stuff to learn. So I think that's where I'm trying to get to. Every day I'd be writing on this journal before I trade. I'll just write stuff like kind of manifesting, which is I think helped me. But I only take A plus setups. I am profitable. I know what I'm looking for. Wait for it to be dumb clear. I have patience. I am disciplined. I follow my rules. My strategy works. I am profitable. I hold my trades properly. I am successful. I'm learning. I'm constantly improving. I'm profitable. I write those things out every day. I don't know if it works. I don't know if it helps. I don't know if it's bad or good to do that. I don't know. But I'm starting to look. I'm taking my losses better, which it is an improvement, right? Like that's just inherently an improvement. I'm taking my losses better. I'm holding my trades for the most part better, right? Those are all improvements, right? So I'm improving every day. But I think I just get so caught up in being profitable rather than just focusing on what I can control, which is follow my rules, looking and taking good setups, right? And then I learn, just like I learned today. That's just more experience, right? Someone that doesn't have that experience, that discretion now, I have that discretion to know, okay, I don't want to even take a fair value gap if it's been wicked in so much. And then there's just more bits and pieces I learned every day, and I pick up, and I have more and more experience and understanding and ability to read the market. So I want to be profitable today, tomorrow, the next day, a week from now, a month from now. I want to be making money, but the only way I make money is by following my rules and trading good. So being profitable isn't a destination; it's a decision, right? It's a decision to follow your rules. It's a decision to improve. It's a decision to learn. It has nothing to do with. There's no difference in someone being profitable and unprofitable besides the fact that they're skills, right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. My dog's going crazy, but yeah, no losing day. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we keep learning.